TikTok is this layer on top because the top of funnel is where so much music discovery happens, especially for the new generation. And there is no controlling that algorithm in the same ways. There is no predictability in the same ways on what's going to pop. Sure, there are things that we see that can track patterns, like we mentioned Lizzo again. She put out her album Special, and her song About Damn Time did really well on TikTok, but their team also put a lot into that to make it happen. The same is true with SZA, SOS. The song has been the top album in the country for 2 months now, and they put a lot into Kill Bill and other songs that she had in order to do that. So there are some concerted and concentrated efforts that we've seen. Doja Cat is another artist that does extremely well on TikTok, but it also can be quite random because there's some artists that can blow up and people may hear their song, but you're only seeing the user-generated content about that. They don't even know who that artist is. They may know nothing about that. And then you extend that further where sometimes if people are going to see some of these artists on tour and concert, they're only singing the song and the clip from what they know on TikTok. They're not even singing the whole thing. So it's so fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, I think back to Lil Nas X as like one of the, I mean, his career was sort of started from TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that what blew it up, was the Old Town Road? And then now he's turned into, you know, an artist from that. But these native kind of TikTok-centric artists are optimizing things in a different way than what we see the rest of the industry. Do you think it's a net good for artists just to have this additional distribution platform of TikTok?
I still do think it's a net good. I know that there's been plenty of issues with it, and I know we could talk about all those, but in terms of why I think it's a net good, I do think that every new technology that we've had has always brought some type of challenges. 30 years ago, people were frustrated at the MTVification of the music industry. But I think that what we've seen happen time and time again is you see the initial phase, and the initial phase is always something that is a bit more campy. It goes back to that whole, like, you know, Chris Dixon thing about everything looks like a toy at first.
Yeah.
But then over time, it actually does look like something where, okay, not everyone has to make some ridiculous Sir Mix-a-Lot Baby Got Back music video. It's a 4-minute video. You can do anything you want. Make it an artistic thing. And I think we're seeing the same thing happen in TikTok, where people didn't want to do TikTok because they didn't want to do some, you know, vertical dance or floss like a 12-year-old on the clip. You can actually find a way to make something unique. And I feel like that's the piece that we haven't necessarily gotten to. So like, I get it. Like, you know, Florence from Florence and the Machine doesn't want to do TikTok dances. That's not her bag. I don't think she should either. But she also has done some memorable music videos. And if you could find a way to do that in a 4-minute horizontal clip, then you can probably find a way to do that in what is also extending to a 10-minute clip at this point with the vertical format. So I know that the record labels are pushing the artists hard to do that, and there's been studies about how it's not just your fans that are working for you, the artists also need to push as well. And not that everyone needs to turn into content creators, but there are ways to batch things and make things seem like you're more present than you are.